guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back for another video. I hope you're having a fabulous week wherever you are, whatever you're up to. I hope you guys are doing well. Today is a different style of video. I haven't filmed a video where I sit and chat. Have I filmed that before? I mean, I've done videos on certain topics where I've sat and talked to you guys, but to actually just talk about myself, I don't know if I've done that before. So this is a little bit new for me, but I'm kind of really excited about it, and it feels really nice to just have a really authentic, chilled out style of video. Now, before I get into the questions, the topics, the chats, if you're new here, hello, hi, my name is Georgia May. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I hope you enjoy my channel. Go and check out some of my other content. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe, turn the bell on when you want to be notified when I upload, and also I'm going to leave my Instagram below if you want to go and follow me on Instagram. My name is just Georgiamay_XOXO over there. So now all of that annoying stuff is out of the way, let's just chat, I guess. I feel like I've taken a little bit of a break from YouTube for no particular reason, but I've just not been as regular with my uploads. I haven't been in a routine. I haven't had that like passion to film that I normally always have, and I feel like I wanted to kind of just like explain why. I love this style of video as well, this super authentic, stripped back, old school YouTube video where people just come on and talk about themselves or what's been going on in their lives. I feel like I just put these videos on in the background and they're nice to kind of watch, and you feel like you learn more about the person. So that was sort of why I wanted to film this. There are a few things I wanted to chat about. Most of the questions were kind of relatively similar. I'll start off with the main thing that a lot of you guys have sort of been asking. Start off with the first question because I feel like it's a nice little place to start. A lot of you guys are asking how I am. I'm good. I am back on my love for YouTube and feel motivated again. I just went through a little bit of a lull the last couple of weeks. I don't know if it was the planets or what was going on, a full moon, I don't know. It just kind of threw me off a little bit, and I felt just, I didn't have that like desire to film, and I never want to come across as like not genuine, like, so I didn't want to get the camera out and kind of be a little bit fake, and I definitely took a bit of a setback, but I'm so happy to be filming again and back, and I hope you guys are excited as well. And yeah, I'm feeling good, I really am. I think this year has been weird for everyone. It really has, like whether you've been directly affected by COVID or like the repercussions of it, or economically, or whatever it might be. It's just been a bit of a funny year, hasn't it? And it seems like sometimes when you're positive, you come across someone that isn't so positive, and that can kind of really affect your mood or just things like that. So it's just been a funny one for all of us. I think we can all safely agree on that. Okay, so I'm going to kind of talk about the main topics you guys want to know. One of the main things was, do you have a boyfriend? You've got a boyfriend. Any new boys on the scene? They were just like phrased in loads of different ways. Are you talking to anyone, or have you been talking to anyone? Boys. How do you not have a boyfriend? Oh gosh, so many questions about that. Single, question mark. I'm still single, guys, don't worry. I think a lot of you thought that I'd like met the man of my dreams and that's where I had been, like gallivanting around with some guy. No, I am still very much a single gal, but I'm cool with that. I'm happy with that. I think there's definitely a misconception that like you need to have a boyfriend in order to like fulfill something in your life. I totally don't feel that way at all. I feel totally fulfilled by myself. It would be nice to find someone and go out with someone, and you know, if that works out, that works out, but if it doesn't, like I'm not putting an overt amount of pressure on it. The one thing I will say is definitely like the last year or so, I was extremely emotionally detached, I would say, and very like defensive when it came to like dating and guys and like opening up. That's something that I think I've changed a little bit the last month or so. I've definitely become a little bit more open to the idea of maybe meeting someone and just dating different people and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's an update for you guys, I guess, but not too much of a juicy one. Nothing very scandalous is going on there. I think with COVID and everything as well, it's just been so hard to kind of meet people. So yeah, I'm chill. I love being on my own. I'm like super independent. I'm not a massive fan of someone like ringing and texting me all the time. I've never been into that kind of thing, so I'm all good. Just quickly, because one of the questions was, you have given up on love. totally not. I am like such a hopeless romantic. Like, I totally feel like my life is going to be like a movie and that's how I'm going to find my husband. So totally not giving up on it in any way. I'm 24, I'm busy with my job, there's other things that are going on in my life. I love my friends, like my social life is so important to me. I have a lot of single girlfriends, and yeah, I'm just really, really happy at the moment. But I'm not turning down the idea of like meeting more people, and I think that's something I definitely want to do. Like, the end of this year is just go out of my comfort zone a bit more and like be open to actually meeting people and dating people, because I'm extremely like and I'm definitely an Aquarius in the sense that like when somebody tells me that they like me, it gives me actual genuine like stress, and I retreat and block it out like it never happened. So that's something I have to figure out, honestly, guys. That Aquarius side in me, that very like emotionally detached side, is not the best. Okay, another topic that was asked so much: when will you be in a position to move out of your family home? When are you moving from your parents' house and getting your own Georgia pad? So many questions about this. Guys, this is something I'm manifesting, do not worry. I'm putting it out there into the universe. I always said that maybe like the end of 2020, beginning of 2021 is when I would be hopefully looking at potentially moving out. But there are no concrete plans as of right now. But it's definitely something that I'm thinking more about. It's, you know, it's difficult. Like, it's very expensive to move out, as I'm sure most of you guys are aware, and particularly like in certain parts of the world and the country, and like house prices are crazy. I really do feel for like my generation, or not even my generation, all generations, when it comes to purchasing a property. It is the most expensive thing you'll ever do in your life, and it's not easy. So the reason I stay here and I'm here at the moment is because I don't have to rent a flat and I don't have to pay a hefty amount of rent, because I think if I was going to rent as well, I'd want to rent in London or something. And it just is, I did it for 3 years while I was at uni. I saw how much money I threw away, and for me personally, because I know how badly I want to buy, I have the privilege of being able to stay here for now. My parents aren't throwing me out yet, so I kind of took that opportunity to really, really save. And that's a huge misconception as well. I think a lot of people think I don't save a penny. Are you joking me, honey? Is that some sort of chainsaw situation? I definitely have been, I definitely am. Your girl is saving, manifesting. It's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I will be moving out. I'm not gonna live here indefinitely, don't worry guys. But it's a lot. And also, you know, you have to remember I'm doing it on my own. I'm not doing it with a boyfriend or a husband, or even like a sibling or anything like that, or a friend. I am literally looking to do this completely on my own. So it's a lot, but I think when that time comes, it's going to be amazing. And I'm so excited as well to bring you guys along with that part of my life. Like, we're going to do all kinds of videos on like homeware stuff, and oh, that is like my passion, and I love that kind of thing. So I'm definitely excited for when the time comes, but it's not right now, not right this second. Also, I'm very aware with house things, like I never want to say anything because things change all the time, things fall through, people change their minds. You know, it's not just like, oh yeah, everything's great now, I'm like gonna be moving out. Like, you just don't know. So I never want to like put that out there until it's like 100% definite, if you know what I mean. People are asking me about like anxiety. Do I have anxiety? Do I struggle with anxiety? This is so interesting, because I am never been diagnosed with anything like that. So I never like to throw those kind of words around when I've never had like a diagnosis of something like that. I just feel like it kind of can water down other people's situations, and obviously I never want to do that. Definitely the last month or so, I've just felt like emotionally I've been a little bit all over the place. I think I've just felt the stresses a lot more. I definitely feel this stress and worry over this job, and you guys changing your minds and deciding you don't want to watch my stuff, or that is the most terrifying thing about this job. Like, because, you know, as YouTubers or influencers or whatever it is, we are dependent on you guys. If you decide you're not interested anymore, like, which is your flipping choice, we all lose out big time. And, you know, our livelihood is basically in you guys' hands. So we can work as much as we want and, you know, try and collaborate with as much brands as we want and stuff like that, but if you guys aren't there to engage with it, then it's totally irrelevant. So that is such a fear of mine, and it definitely has made me aware, like, possibly like doing more with myself and spreading myself across multiple platforms, and possibly doing things like a podcast with Em is something we really want to do. And potentially, you know, like one day maybe having my own brand and things like that. Those are things that I am really, really driven for and like excited about, just because I feel like there's arguably more longevity in that. And I worry that people don't want to watch this style of video. I worry that people just want to watch my haul videos and they don't necessarily want the investment in me as a person, and that is kind of terrifying. And it's an unusual job, guys. I think all of us know, like, yeah, the money's good in this industry. That's not really a secret anymore. Most people know that because it's in advertisement and marketing, and there's just a lot of money in that kind of industry. But it doesn't last forever. So you have to be smart about what you do with that. And yeah, so it's an unusual job. And I think because my friends have completely different jobs to me, and such like normal lives, if you will, like, not that I don't have a normal life, but I mean as in their life is so not on social media, that when mine is constantly on social media, it's just a bit unusual. Like, it's a weird industry to work in, but I dreamt of doing this when I was literally 13, so the fact that it's my job now, it just is so insane to me, and I think I will always have that anxiety and worry about it being taken away. I think that's more what it is. So going back to your question about like, do I suffer with anxiety and things like that, I'm gonna say no, because it's not something I've ever, like, you know, been diagnosed with per se, but I can empathize so much with people that do, because I've definitely been in situations where I've thought, goodness me, I feel this overwhelming sense of just panic and stress and worry. I was with my friend the other day and we were like driving to lunch, and I just had felt really stressed for the last like 3 days, and I was driving the car and I just felt like I couldn't breathe. Like, I was like, there's something in my chest, like there genuinely feels like there's something like I was just like, I felt like I can't breathe, and I don't know what that's all about. But you know, we go through these ups and downs. It's just a part of life, and maybe we're all having a bit of a moment at the moment. I feel like everyone online has been talking about this weird vibe that they're in, so maybe that's what it is. Let me know in the comments. How are you guys? Are you alright? I also think because I always appear so confident and like outgoing, that there's always like almost like an instant pressure to constantly be that person. So when you're not that person, everyone's like, are you okay? And it's like, yeah, I'm just having like a bit of a moment where I'm maybe not so out there, if that makes any sense. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, but I think that's a part of this video. It's just a ramble. It's just for me to express my thoughts. And also, like, I really felt like that the other day, and then I went on live on Instagram. I did Instagram live, and I just felt so much better. Like, I spoke to you guys, you were asking me questions, we had like chats. It was really nice. What's your secret to a positive mindset? You seem so content. How do you stay so positive? This is really like hard to answer in like a couple sentences or like a couple minutes, because I honestly think it's like changing your entire life, and everything you think about kind of needs to be flipped on its head. Whether that's like doing things like affirmations for you or manifesting things, like everyone kind of has their own little thing, or if you're a bit spiritual. I, for one, just look at life in a really, I think, positive mindset. Not all the time, 100%, but life is so short, and I think I'm so aware of how it can honestly just be taken away from you so quickly. And crazy things happen, and bad things happen to good people, and it can be a really nasty place and like not a great, you know, world sometimes. But I think that makes me almost look at life in such a positive way, because I think I want to live this life, because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and I would hate to wallow in like misery about something that I can't change, or I would hate to think negatively about something as minor as like my body, like when no one really gives a damn and life is too short. Like, I honestly, that's just what I think. I think life is just so short, and we should really just make memories. And I always say to myself now, and I think I learned this whilst I was at uni, I've regretted more things in my life that I didn't say yes to. The opportunities I didn't take and the stuff I didn't say yes to, that's the stuff I've regretted so much. I've never really regretted stuff I did say yes to, or went ahead and did, or things like that, you know. And there were definitely situations when I was younger that I said no to things, or I was anxious to do it, or I was nervous about it, but I never took the opportunity. And in hindsight, I wish I had. So that's just my piece of advice with regards to like taking things in life and just going for it and biting the bullet. Also just realizing how lucky I am. I'm so lucky. Like, you know, health is so important, guys. It's the most important thing in the world. You can have all the money in the world, but if you haven't got your health, it's irrelevant. And family and friends, my friends are so important to me. They are an extension of my family. They are my chosen family. I confide in them, I depend on them. Yeah, they bring me so much happiness and joy, and for me, my friends are such a big part of my life. Yeah, my family as well. Like, I have a really good relationship with my family. Me and my mum are very close. And I just feel very lucky and grateful, and I think that's what you have to do. You have to remind yourself of all the things you are grateful and lucky for, and also you're in control of your own life, you're in control of your own happiness. Like, I totally believe in that. You know, you can change the path that you're on. It isn't destiny, like, you know, it's not as if you can't alter the way things turn out for yourself. If you're not happy in your job, go and look at others, or go and consider maybe doing, you know, other careers or other things, or just, I always think that. And like, I definitely wake up sometimes and think, oh my gosh, I'm in the worst mood, I feel crap, I've got no energy, or whatever it is. And then I'm like, no, I'm in control of this day, and I've decided it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. Like, that's just how I kind of think of it. So trying to look at life with the glass half full rather than half empty. But it definitely takes time, and I've never always been like super positive and upbeat. I think it's like the last couple of years I've just really kind of changed my mindset. So yeah, I could do a whole video on positivity and things like that. I've got a friend of mine, Kayla. She's been on this channel before, you guys might know her. She's probably one of the most positive people I've ever met in my life. She is so rarely upset, and I'm sure she has her down days, but she is like, I don't know, she's such inspo to me. Like, she's so positive, and she's like been through loads in her life, and yeah. And I always think if those people are like positive, and like you surround yourself with that type of personality as well, it kind of eventually rubs off on you. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it on this question. What is your ambition / ultimate goal? Do you have a 5-year plan? So I'm not really one for 5-year plans, just because life can change at the blink of an eye. And I also don't want to put that pressure on myself that like, oh, you should have completed X, Y, and Z by the time you're this age. Because then you get to that age and you feel this overwhelming sense of like incomplete, and like that you haven't achieved anything, when actually you've done loads. Do you know what I mean? I always thought by the age of 25 I'd be engaged. Well, I'm 24 and a half, really, so I've got 6 months left to find a bloke and get engaged. It's not gonna happen. I've stopped thinking like that. Like, that's such a toxic mentality, like to put that kind of pressure on yourself for a period of time when you don't know what the heck's happened. What I have done is I have graduated uni, I have found a career that I really, really love. I am looking at like doing other things outside of this, and that's the stuff that I should count more than having like a quote unquote 5-year plan. However, I think goals are super important. I definitely have goals. I definitely have things that I want to achieve by a certain point, or just like within the future. I definitely do want to have a podcast with Em. That's something we definitely need to sit down and figure out. I definitely do want to have a brand one day. I want to have a clothing line one day, my own brand. Yeah, for girls like, just girls like us, you know what I mean? Like, all of us that watch this video, if you're watching this, then you are someone that I want to feel represented in that brand, and that's definitely something that I would love to have one day. I really want to have my own home. I eventually want to have my own dog. It would be nice to have children and a family, but like I said, you know, you can't put that kind of pressure on that. You just have to wait and see what happens, I think. So yeah, goals are good, but 5-year plans I'm never sure about, because I just think sometimes you can end up feeling like crap when things don't work out that way, and then you forget all the amazing things you have achieved, which you have to constantly remind yourself of. I say this all the time, we are our biggest critics. We're so harsh on ourselves. I know I am. I'm so like mean to myself sometimes, but the world is mean enough without me being my own worst enemy. So yeah, just treat yourself with a little bit more love, I always think. I read a quote once, and it was basically like, treat yourself how you would treat your best friend. Like, you wouldn't speak to your best friend the way you speak to yourself and put yourself down all the time. Do you know what I mean? That is the questions. Obviously there were quite a lot more, but those were just the main topics I feel like I wanted to come on and talk about. Those are the things that I've been asked about recently quite a lot, so I thought it was about time that I just came and had a little bit of a catch up and a chat with you guys. How are you? How are you doing? Let me know in the comments. I am back on my YouTube journey. I'm happy to be back. Feel way more motivated to just get things done. So yeah, let me know in the comments how you guys are. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. It's so different to me, like to my usual content that I normally film, but it felt really, really nice, and I feel like I can breathe a little bit more easily. So yeah, nice speaking to you guys. I hope you're all doing well. Sending love to you all, and I will see you in my next one.